Hello, everybody. I will be, reviewing Superman in this video. If you're a big Moon Ambi head, or you just want to listen to a fucking idiot talk for, like, I don't know how long this video is going to last. I just recorded 20 minutes of Warframe in the background, specifically to have something going as Subway Surfers for you to enjoy while I talk. But, yeah. I guess we're going to start with a spoiler-free review. So if you haven't seen the movie, this is for you. Pretty good movie. Anyway, to the sport... No, I'm just joking. Listen. Movie is pretty good. Pretty good. I had a few problems with it. Most notably, I think there was some weird... camera stuff I'm not a big fan of. There was weird, like, what I like to call trailer moments, which are like, kind of like hype moments in Aura, sort of. It's like, I don't know, it's not bad, but it's just like egregious. But besides that, like, I mean, the trailer moments, you kind of expect that with superhero movies, so like, it's whatever, you know, like, oh, cool, he looked at the camera a specific way, said, yeah, I got this. You know, the trailer moment. But besides that, story was really good, characters were really good, actors were really good. Overall, pretty enjoyable experience. What else can I say that's spoiler free? He's in the trailer, so I could say Crypto. Great addition to the movie. Every scene Crypto's in is a great scene. David Corn Sweat or whatever his name is, did a great job as Superman. And Lex Luthor was obviously a standout. Nicholas Hoult, I think is his name, did a phenomenal job. Anything else I could say? I feel like as a superhero fan, if you are a superhero fan, you're gonna like the movie quite a bit. If you're not a superhero fan, I think you're still gonna like the movie, just not as much. So before we get to the spoiler portion of the video.
To find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
I just want to talk about my experience, specifically with this movie. I went to go see it with, I wouldn't call it 4D, but they had these chairs that were a little more expensive. And I was like, alright. It's a Cinemark, by the way. I was like, I'll sit in the fancy chairs, you know, whatever. It's $5 extra. So what they do is they vibrate when there's action on the screen. In the first 5 minutes, it's not a spoiler, because it happens in the trailer, and it's in the first 5 minutes. You'll figure it out regardless. But Crypto kind of plays around with Superman. And in those moments, I felt like Crypto was beating the shit out of me. I felt like I was getting this shit kicked out of me by Crypto. And it happened with every fight scene throughout the entire movie. I felt like I was getting beat up by Superman. But that was an interesting experience. I left that movie, my knees were shaking. You might as well, I just thought I just came out of a fucking orgy, I guess. The way my knees were shaking and my body was buckling and the way I wobbled to the car. Ooh, it was rough. But now, let's get to the spoiler section. Spoilers ahead for Superman. I want to start with the lulls, because there is some lulls in the movie. One big thing I think I don't like is the reintroduction of the concept that the Kryptonians are warfaring, or at least are conquerors. It's overdone at this point between the Viltrumites and the Saiyans.
To the extraction point.
I think that having a last bastion of hope for this planet that's dying is really important and is really cool. And it doesn't necessarily have to be an evil alien species every time. Game's gonna miss the ball on that. Like, it's a cool little haha, remember? But like, Anyway, didn't really like that part. Overall, I think that I think it could have been. I could have been done a little better. I think it's good, a plot point for the movie. I think it helps the movie get steered in a direction that it should be steered into.
Excellent work, Tenno.
Overall, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that plot point. I just wanted to point that out. I already mentioned the trailer. The trailer, like, farming earlier in or throughout the entire movie. Not much to say there. Any other parts I didn't really like? Let me think.
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture,
I thought Hot Girl
extract our target.
was very underutilized. I think her, like, war cry was actually really done well throughout the movie. It was like the one defining thing about her that was cool. But compared to Guy Gardner and Mr. Terrific, she got, like, nothing going for her. Not to mention
The captive has been
Mr. Atomic Man. I forget his name.
well done.
Um,
Change of plans. Ignore your
Yeah.
original objective.
I think a Hot Girl was underexplored, but I'm honestly not a big Hot Girl fan anyway, so whatever. What else is there to say? Oh, I'm not a big fan that both post-credit scenes are basically useless. I'm not like a big Marvel simp that I'll be like, they always do the post-credit scene right, because they haven't for the last, like, 7 years. But I feel like the post-credit scene's kind of supposed to hype you up for what's coming, or give you a little bit of a taste, you know, just a teeny taste. Doesn't have to be too big, but enough. We didn't really get that with this movie, unless there's something I missed. It didn't really seem like there was.
Stay
Um,
focused. There's a heavy unit.
What else do I want to say about this movie?
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
So, they introduced Ultraman.
Excellent work, Tenno.
Really weird that he's in this movie. But they changed his origin. They make him a clone. Which made me believe, because Luther literally says he doesn't have as much intelligence, or he's kind of dim, something like that. He says something to that degree. I thought he was going to turn to Bizarro by the end. I thought it was going to be Ultraman Bizarro hybrid, which would have been neat or cool. But he gets eaten by a black hole? I don't know how you're going to, like, retcon a black hole with Ultraman, so I'm assuming he's dead.
Find our target and bring
Unless it's some really, really big bullshittery. But I really thought they had something going and they could have made that Bizarro. But whatever. I think that's really it. I think that's my biggest complaints with the movie. Which, honestly, all that added up it's not really a big deal to me.
located.
Now for the good parts, there was a lot of good parts. All of the main heroes
Capture target.
of the movie were literally
Will need to extract.
phenomenal. Even Hot Girl, for the little bit she got, was pretty good.
Mission
Mr. Terrific,
captive has been
Guy Gardner,
extraction.
fucking phenomenal job on both of those actors. Nathan Fillion, my beloved. Of course, Cornholio, David Cornholio, whatever his name is, Superman. Great fucking job. I think he's great as Superman. I think he could have a long career at it. They did Crypto really well of making a cute, what's the best way to put it? Marketable character that didn't feel forced. That's fucking awesome. Crypto was great throughout the entire movie. Supergirl was in the movie for 20 seconds, but I already like her character. I hope they do more with her, of course. I think there's a movie coming out next year, so we'll keep that in mind. I liked the Superman robots. They had good character, and they were funny. Lex Luthor's fucking actor did fucking phenomenal. Every word he said was filled with such poison and venom that you can't help but, like, admire how much hatred he has for this poor man. I mean, truly, maybe Lex Luthor should have Superman's powers. Does he really? I mean, does Superman really deserve them? He does. It's a joke. Oh. All of the non-metas were also really enjoyable. Standout performance from Jimmy Olsen, the Riz Master, my goat. Every second Jimmy Olsen was on screen, he was a god. Love Jimmy Olsen.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Who else can I compliment? I thought they did the engineer really well. I've never seen the engineer before, but like she was really cool. And speaking of the engineer, all of the fight scenes were phenomenal throughout the entire movie. I was locked in for every fight. Favorite, I think, probably in the entire movie was Mr. Terrific versus all of the goons. Genuinely just an insane performance. Mr. Terrific, I think, is going to start getting a lot of credit, which is awesome. I think he's deserved it. I liked him a lot in the CW shows, so it's good to see him get some love. What else was there to say? There are no politics in this movie. Says the liar. I'm not going to talk about the politics because I'm too dumb. But they exist and they're there. Read a book. Sorry, I'm thinking.
I'm detecting a large security force heading your way. It's the Grenier. Broken their ranks and they're on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
I'm going through the whole movie in my head right now.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Let me tell you, those 4D chairs, they really enhance the experience, dude. Every fight, I was getting jostled around like crazy. It was rough. I'm trying to think of what else I want to say. I think Superman as a character is really hard to write for. I think his power set makes him seem daunting when he's supposed to be hope incarnate. But I think this is the first movie that I've seen with Superman in it. Any content on it. I mean, there's been tons of animated shows with Superman that I haven't really seen, but this one actually fully embodied Superman is hope. Hope to you, hope to me, hope to the world of being better. Of not having to be... Again, evil is a simplification, but not having to be the worst. Not having to rely on your envy and your rage, your anger, and being able to love truly. Shout out James Gunn. Did a great job. It's also really nice to just like enjoy like a superhero movie that wasn't Marvel. Like there's like Invincible, The Boys. There's like little bits and pieces that we get sprinkled throughout the years, but like DC being good again, what we needed. It felt like there is a gap, and now we don't. It's not there anymore. We're good. I'm happy. Any final statements I want to make about this movie? I didn't put together a script, by the way. Why would I? I'm just talking. You're literally at the table with me. How do people review movies? I don't know what else to say. Do they just talk about the politics for 45 minutes? I like the flashy neon lights as they eat my eyeballs while I watch the screen. And I hear Superman grunting in my ear. That's the movie, and I love that. I think it was okay. This is interesting, but like there was a little bits and pieces of humor throughout the movie. But I thought the movie was lighthearted and fun at parts without needing comedy, which I think is kind of rare. Granted, the entire movie is kind of like dark in its own way. There's lots of little dark moments. The whole thing is the one big dark Lex Luthor trying to fuck up Superman's life. But like the moments where it is supposed to be like calm and joyful and stuff like that, it's not filled with comedy. There's like little like hoo, but like not like anything major, which I think is really impactful and it doesn't like feel awful. Yeah, I mean, what else can I say? I like the little bits of world building we got, although I personally wish there was a little more. I mean, I'm not asking for like Batman to show up. I'm not asking for the Flash to swoop in and beat a woman or whatever he does. But like, I just want more world building than what we got. But it does. We did at least get like an establishing point for where we are in the Superman story, which is very, very early on, which is very cool. You haven't really gotten a chance to see that. Oh, a really cool thing about this movie. This movie doesn't think you're a fucking idiot. This movie, the first 5 seconds, tells you everything you need to know, even if you're not a Superman fan. If you, like, most people know, like, a little bit of Superman, right? They know who he is. They don't need an explanation. Most moviegoers would know. But even if you didn't, they give you, like, this is what happened. This is what happened. This is what's happening. And they throw you into the movie. That's fucking awesome. Movies that don't think you're fucking stupid and they just put you into the action and let you go is sick. We didn't need a Superman origin story. We need a story told about Superman as a starting establishing point. It's not an origin. It just lets us get introduced to the character at once again, which I think is really, really good. I think that's it. That's all my thoughts on Superman. I think. Every time Crypto jumped on somebody, I felt like I was getting jumped on. It was fucking terrible. Those seats were so rough on me. I think I aged 40 years after that movie. I think that's it. So yeah, that's my Superman review. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. If you somehow watched all the way to the end,